little artist. Today I'm going to show you how to make a snowflake out of a standard just plain piece of white copy paper. I have my paper ready and I have my scissors. We're going to take this and we're going to start off by folding it over. Because we need to start with a square, I'm lining up my edge here. So let me show you again. I'm going to line this edge here up with this edge at the top so that I get a nice point right here. And anytime we're making snowflakes or folding paper, it's very important that you line up your edges as best you can. Get them as close to the same as possible. And I'm going to make that crease right there and fold that down. You see how I have an extra piece right here? To make this a square, I need to cut that extra piece off because I started with a rectangle. So I'm going to cut this piece right here, and I can save this for another project or to use later for something else. So I'm going to push that aside because I do not need that. And so now I have this. When I open it up, it is a square. But I'm going to leave it folded because that's what we need to do for our first step, is to fold it over like this so that I have a triangle. Then I'm going to take this side. What I've done is I've folded in half on an angle, and now I'm going to fold this triangle in half. I'm going to take this side here, fold it over, line up my edges again, making sure I get a nice crease, flat piece, and I'm going to press that down flat. Now I want you to turn it and point your arrow because it looks like our triangle looks like an arrow pointing up. I want you to point this up at this stage, because this is the middle of our snowflake. It's important we know that because when we're cutting, we can do some really cool stuff with the middle of our snowflake. These two corners are not the middle of our snowflake. So when I fold it again, because I need to fold it one more time, when I fold it again and fold it over, it's going to be harder to tell which one is our middle. So I'm going to fold this over here. And then I have my tip right there. That's the middle of my snowflake right there. And if you're having a hard time remembering which one's the middle, once again, if I go back here, the point up is the middle. When I fold it over, line up my edges, that's still the middle right there. If I need to, I can put a little dot there. Helps me remember, just a little tiny dot. But if you're getting ready to cut, you might not have to do that because you're getting ready to cut right away. So I want you to, once you're at this point, just stop because I want to show you something. Watch as I open this up. Because I often have students forget how many times to fold it. So I'm going to show you one more time. 1, we fold it that way. 2, 3 times. We folded our triangles 3 times. And again, there's our middle. Okay. So I'm going to start, I always, for my snowflakes, you don't have to, but this is just how I like to start. I always start by cutting out the middle of my snowflake. If you're this is your first time making snowflakes, you might want to start real simple. To cut out a simple middle, you might want to just cut it at an angle like this, or cut it at an angle like that, or just cut straight across. Now don't go all the way down here and cut straight across, because that would take a big chunk out of your snowflake. And also you want to use the inside of your scissors. That's the strongest part of your scissors. Remember how many times I told you we would fold this? All that thickness, we got to cut through all of that paper to make our snowflake. So we need to use the strongest part of our scissors. Just keep in mind when you're using that part, you don't have to close them all the way every time. You can keep moving the paper down into that part and cut a little bit more. Now I'm going to make my snowflake a little fancy. I'm going to start off by making a cut like I'm cutting out a diamond. And then I'm going to add a round shape. And you see how I'm constantly pushing the paper down into the strongest part of my scissors. And I have to keep, I don't really move my scissors as much as I move the paper. I move the paper around to help me make the cut that I want. You don't have to cut this shape. As I said before, you can cut just a straight line across at one angle or the other. You can cut this fancy shape. You can cut a different fancy shape. It does not have to, because all snowflakes are different. They'll all turn out different. So we can't open this up to look at what we've cut, because if we did, it would be hard to fold it back to finish cutting our snowflake. But at this stage, if you want to see what you've cut out of your snowflake, you can open this up. And this one, because I made sure, remember I made that little dot to show where the middle of my snowflake was? Because I did it in the right place, my piece stayed together and made a little baby snowflake. But that is what I just cut out of my snowflake. So now when I go back to these edges, I'm going to cut more shapes. You can do as I did here, cut a shape that doesn't really have a name. You can cut diamonds, squares, circles, triangles, shapes that do have names. The important thing is that as you are cutting, none of your shapes touch. And every time you make a cut, something comes off. So when I pull, it came off. If you make a cut and cut a shape and something doesn't come off, you need to stop and go back and see what went wrong. So like here, I just made that cut. It didn't fall off, and I'm pulling on it and it won't come off. I can't get it off at all. So what I'm going to do is stick my scissors back in there, all the way down in there. And I'm going to cut some more to get that little shape out there. See? So again, you can cut any shapes you would like. Triangles, circles, squares, you name it, you can cut it. Just as long as they're not too close together. And every time you make a cut, something falls off. No straight lines. You want to cut shapes. And you can cut a variety of shapes. Cut half heart shapes. You see, I'll do that right now. Cut a half a heart. Oops, those are getting kind of close. I need to be more careful. Don't want my shapes to touch. Keeping my scraps over there to the side so they're not in my way. And I can also cut shapes on all three sides. So I can even cut shapes on this side. Now this side, I don't know if you can tell in the video, but there's a fold here, a fold here. But this side does not have a fold. That's the outside edge of my snowflake. So I can get real creative there and do a whole lot. I'm going to cut a big shape out of that edge. And I have a little bit of space here. I think I can fit another little shape there. Before you open it up, you want to double check. You want to make sure that your shapes do not touch. You want to make sure that you have shapes on all three sides, 1, 2, and 3. And you want to make sure that there's no spaces, because if you leave a whole lot of white when you open it up, you'll still have a whole lot of white in your snowflake. So when you're cutting your shapes, you want to try to cut as many as you can. The more shapes you cut, the more interesting your snowflake will be. Once you're done, you're sure, you double check, made sure you cut the center, made sure that you cut shapes on each side, then you can open it up. The cool thing is, every time you cut a new snowflake, it's going to look different. Every time you make cuts, it's going to look different. So here is my snowflake. Now you can make snowflakes out of white paper, you can make snowflakes out of color paper, you can use glitter on your snowflakes, you can use markers. There's so many different things you can do. I'd like to encourage you to experiment, try, see what else would happen. You can see mine is kind of puffing up a little bit where it was folded. If you're having a hard time keeping it flat, you can press it between some books or put something heavy and flat on it to kind of press it out and leave it for a little while, and it'll kind of make it flat. Make sure that if you need to take a picture of your snowflake, that you put your snowflake on a dark background so that I can really see it when you send it in to Artsonian. I hope you enjoyed this lesson. Make sure to look up my other snowflake lessons and the other lessons that we've done this year.